I'd seen the portents, knowing that the end of days was coming. I'd called them together, offering the promises of riches, but knowing that they would be the world's last hope. I didn't know at the time about the 5 gifts, the Mad One, or any of the truths of our world. They'd been concealed from us. We were told that people had to be ignorant to prevent a return to the end times. And in my sleeplessness, I found it increasingly difficult to doubt or disbelieve. All was going according to a plan. I just didn't know what the plan was. None of us knew. Little did we know that there were still lies in the dark. Little did we know the sacrifices we'd have to make. Before there was reason, there was madness. After our heroes had conquered the 4 fortresses, it was time for them to have a rest, to decompress. A momentary respite before they encountered a city of evil. The dust settles. You've reclaimed the sword of Gwyn Althwis, the Gwyn Blade, and you have joined with your friends. It's a bit quiet. There are cockerel swooping overhead. But eventually they do decide that it is time to leave and return back to the road. And so you head off on your large stage. Managed to get it through the fight, completely unscathed, with the 5 horses in tow. But this time, there's not a sense of foreboding. There's a sense of terror. There's a sense of victory. You've done something this day. Even though you couldn't save the village, you have saved countless others. You may have lost the one, but for a while people will sleep. Comfort, knowing that the elements aren't going to get them in the night. At least not for now. As the stage goes forth, heading to return back towards the road, what would you like to do?
So I know that Saruki is in the back with us, or is in the back, right?
Yes, Saruki is on the stage with you, kind of brutishly.
Were we taking the stage or were we taking our cart? I don't remember.
You haven't got your cart back, so you have to take the stage.
Right. Well, Wickham's mostly just focusing on driving.
You were saying
Sounds
that
good.
you have more to talk to us about?
Yeah.
Is this the time or a place?
I'll be saying goodbye once we hit the road. So yeah. I know what you did with Pike. Just gonna say that straight up.
Look, we let him live.
Yeah, you did. And he's still alive. And I think he's gonna be doing quite well for himself. But it got me thinking. There's a saying where I'm from. You see 4 things, look for a 5th. The rule of 5. You ever hear of it?
Can't say I have.
Well, How many elemental cults are there? There's 4. What's the 5th thing? It's a question I've been pondering for quite a while. See, I grew up in the cult, you see. My father was a member, and he taught us in the ways of Hydra and worship. We just accepted it as the way things were. Kind of looked at the corruption of the world, and we figured destroying everything was the only way to fix it. You know? But something changed. Something changed when the Shatterkeel came along. It stopped being about rhetoric. It stopped being about just general, let's shut down the system, let's rebuild everything, let's just drown it all. Wash it away with the tide. And then have it placed anew. I don't know what his agenda is, but the idea of destroying everything to remake it doesn't seem to be on his radar. But he's chosen, you see. He's a chosen one. He's a prophet. He's about as holy as it gets. So I ask myself, why? Well, I'd managed to make myself up in the ranks until I became a spy. And when you're a spy, you see a little bit more of the world than when you're cloistered away. And on my mission to watch the fire cult, I saw them willing to destroy, but so senselessly. And I saw what the Earth cult did. And I saw them willing to tear everything apart just because they were afraid of change. And I saw the unabashed hedonism of the air cult. Kind of makes you wonder about your own beliefs. When you see 4 things, you see a 5th. I finally got an answer to what the 5th is. It's you guys.
What?
It's you guys.
We are not a cult, bruh.
No, you're not. I'm not saying you are. I don't mean it that way. You
Kinda
guys.
like how we're gravitated towards y'all.
Yeah. You guys are here for a purpose. There's a plan. Something divine, something bigger than all of us. I'm seeing how just a small group. You're not a big army. You're not an endless multitude. You're just some people. But look what you've accomplished. Look how far you've gotten. And I gotta ask myself, have I been on the winning team? Have I been on the right team? Well, I don't think I have been. If you're willing to give someone like Pike a chance, I figured why the fuck not? Take a risk. Offer the olive branch. You could use someone on the inside after all.
I feel like you'd still be there lurking whether or not we accepted your offer or not.
That's true. And my plans for betrayal go on with or without your involvement.
I mean, he's been trustworthy so far, even though we've continuously threatened and ridiculed him. So maybe he's
attacked
not
him.
all bad.
And attacked him. Don't forget that one.
Yep.
Yeah, but
mean,
that's water
I
under the
know
bridge.
Water.
I know our actions really don't seem like it, but we're not exactly bloodthirsty murderers. I know
No.
our what's it called? So far, we haven't done a good job about asking questions first and taking action second.
Look, it'd be hypocritical of me to say, "Oh, you guys are assholes. You kill first and ask questions later." That's us. But I know that if there's a slight chance of redemption, you're willing to take it. Seen you do it.
Despite our talk, we keep threatening to kill you every time we see you.
But you haven't.
Well, the whole thing is that wherever things go from here, whether we make some kind of deal with you or you continue to meddle in whatever we do, the second you slip, I can't say that Atlas and Wick won't have their swords your throat.
That's what I would expect.
They're kind of looking for a reason.
I know. Look, the way I chalk that down, you're treating your enemies like enemies, and in your position, you kind of have to. I get that. I'm not going to hold that against you. But when the opportunity comes up, I'll make sure that you haven't a reason to regret letting me live this long.
Yeah, sure, fuck it. Be a spy for us. What have we got to lose?
That's what I'm
We
thinking.
did let Aricron join us, and he admitted he was supposed to work for somebody to steal information. So, at this point,
I still want to revisit that, by the way. August says, like, turning around to Aricron, like, I put a pin in that, but that's still something I need to come back to.
Aricron just shrugs, like, not really sure myself either.
the only thing that I regret letting you live so long for is that goddamn hair. So if you're going to be our spy, you need to cut it off.
No,
Fuck
you don't. You do not have to cut your hair. Atlas, stop.
He
lot.
chuckles. He says, "No, if I'm a spy, I've got to fit it in.
Haters
If I
gonna
suddenly-
hate, right?
If I suddenly come back with a new haircut and look all pretty, they'll think I got a makeover. They'll know I betrayed them. Can't have that."
Ugh. Whatever.
Look, you don't
Fucking
want him
no.
being prettier than you.
Listen, Atlas, here's the thing. We give you the bug thing. We give you the bug thing. Let Saruki have the hair thing.
Yeah, what about the bug thing? What?
Careful, there's two of them now.
I here can't even speak to bugs.
Glenn!
I can speak to some
Yeah,
bugs.
like, didn't even
You
realize
never
it
asked
maybe
to
wasn't
clarify that.
appropriate.
Saruki, hearing that, just like puts up his hands. He's like, "That's some personal shit I'm just not getting involved with. I'm gonna be over there." Zheri.
Yeah.
As this is going on, Desena Norvale approaches you. She says, You rescued me. You have my thanks.
More than that, I hope I have your help.
As best as I can give it. I must apologize, I'm exhausted. I've been being tortured for days. But you saved my
Something
life.
to do. It's no wonder.
I'm sorry.
Made her do all that prancing around. Ridiculous.
That said, when I knew you'd escaped, I was praying for your safety. And I'm glad to see that those prayers were answered.
You didn't have to waste time on that. You know I would have gotten through it one way or the other. It's my hard head. And she
Yeah.
knocks on it a few times.
Well, praying to myself was all I had time to do, so I figured I might as well pray productively.
I suppose there's that. It's
So
good
what's
to
up
see
with
you
these?
back.
So do you know anything about these friends of yours?
Not a wit. Found him on the way.
Oh. And have you heard anything about Bruldenthar, Rudorth, or Teresial?
And she looks down at her boots and scuffs them a little and shakes her head morosely just enough that her pigtails bob a little. I'm sorry.
Oh, there's nothing to apologize for. I can't hold you responsible for saving all of us. You had to start somewhere, and I guess you started with me.
And she smiles at that and she kind of nudges at her with her shoulder.
So, she just has this look on her face. She looks concerned about something. I suppose I'm going to have to head to Red Larch after this. And find a way to get word to Quincunx about what happened. They're not going to be happy.
Oh no, they're not. But that's definitely gonna be the best start.
Might as well come clean about our real purpose, eh?
You sure? Don't like
things-
really admitting things, you know?
Well, you're not the one whose ass is on the line.
But
You know.
Still feeling the heat, you know?
Oh, that's fine. You're quote unquote the hired help. They won't even look at you. It's the historians like me and Bruldenthar that they'll really be concerned with. And that's a bandage that better be tore off quickie, if you know what I mean.
Sorry.
That's not your fault.
Ah, but I feel bad for you. It's gonna be a hell of a bandage.
Well, you're not the one who made things go tits up, are you?
No, but hell is it tits?
Yeah, but none of us were expecting strange, weird cultists, that's for damn sure.
Whoever expects cultist inquisitions?
I want everybody other than Zheri to let me know, do any of y'all speak Dwarvish?
No.
I don't know. I'm waiting for my computer's my
No.
thing to come back.
No.
I don't think so. I think Rhea does. but
Miss
not
does.
August.
Not Glenn.
Aricron does not.
Would you say Miss does?
Yeah. That's why I had to
Sounds
check.
right.
I'm like, someone does.
Yeah, Miss Denoji talk to each other in Dwarven all the time. It's her lingua franca.
Oh, Miss does. Okay, sorry. I actually
Yeah.
thought you were talking. Said you meant Glenn, and I was like, oh wait, yeah.
Oh.
No.
No.
No, I know exactly what Owl speaks, and it's definitely not Dwarvish.
All right.
No, 1 second. I
So-
almost have August's sheet back up.
All right.
I'm sorry. I don't know if you caught that, but my computer blue screened.
That's fine.
I'm so sorry
I
for your
just need-
computer.
I just need to know because there are possibilities you could accidentally eavesdrop on this.
No. He does not. He does not speak.
Is there such a
for
thing
it.
as
Alright.
accidentally eavesdropping?
Yes.
I mean, I could cast comprehend, but he's not that rude.
That's
Right.
not an accent.
At this point, Desenia speaks up in common. Good sirs and ladies. You wouldn't be happening to go to Red Larch, would you?
Yeah. Why?
Oh, I was heading on that way before, everything went tits up, as they say. I would be
Part of the delegation
very
as
much.
well.
Oh well, I'd be very much thankful if you would allow me to accompany you that far.
Of course. We
Yeah.
actually we have rescued a couple others as well.
We're also on the lookout for somebody that can handle a werewolf problem.
Well, one thing at a time. Who did you find?
I don't remember his name. Hang on.
Little dwarf of a man.
Brudenbar?
A little dwarf of a man.
I did not get names.
I think it was in. Hang on, it was in this one, I think. Oh God, no, maybe I didn't write it down. Oh, Roldenthar.
Brudenbar.
Uldendar.
Broldenthar. Oh. She turns to Zheri and says, They know where Broldenthar is.
Think the stones. That's a good start then.
Oh, everything's just getting better and better. How did you encounter Broldenthar? Did he escape too? What happened? Please tell me.
We rescued him.
Actually, we.
Yeah. Cult shit.
Kind of the same kind of group as this, but they were Earth. He had.
Well,
He was being held captive with his cousin.
I've personal experience with their antics. I've had the misfortune of being kidnapped twice. In one go. So if Broldenthar's safe, then that. Oh. Well, that's a relief.
You are
We're
aware
hoping
that
we'll be
we
able
were
to
the
find more of
party.
you.
You are aware that we are the party that you were meant to meet as part of the delegation, right?
I was not, but
Yes. We've been looking for you all when we realized you were not going to make it to Red Larch to meet with us.
Surprise.
she just sits down and smiles, actually. Well, it seems that they've picked a group that would go above and beyond the call of duty.
Basic common decency for an adventurer. If you're given a task, you look for the people you're supposed to be looking for.
Yeah, I feel like this
There.
is our duty.
Yeah. Like,
Well, there are many who don't have that sort of work ethic, even amongst those of mercenary bent.
we went to
suppose I could-
college.
Maybe we're not jaded yet.
And I went to college, crabs.
So, you said you had a werewolf problem.
Sort of.
Don't you fucking sort of. Wickham's gonna turn around and point at August. You fucking talk it out! I'm not dealing with this
Hey,
shit twice.
Atlas just points at August and goes, "He's the werewolf."
I see. And,
We got about 30 days to handle this. It's fine.
I will stop this stagecoach.
If I'm
Right.
not mistaken, the last time it happened was not during the full moon. Someone forced it out of you.
so it was a forced transformation then, so it was not willing, yes?
Yeah.
I think I might be able to do something, but You'll have to forgive me. I'm going to need to get a lot of rest before I can. But I promise you,
Oh,
it's a
no,
small payment for what you've done. I would be more than glad to pay
no problem. As long as I don't come across some weird monks with stabby fists, should be fine.
it. I'm a cleric of Dotanthus, you see, and removing curses is one of the blessings that he's been gracious enough to give me. Yes, I will.
Any help you're willing to give, I'll appreciate it.
Yeah, no pressure though. Like, if I was in that cage for like half a minute and you were in there for a long fucking time. So if you need to chill, you need like a bottle of water or just like a nap, we got you. Just relaxation and recuperation, we are here for you.
I appreciate that.
Yes,
There'd be no way I'd be able to do
yeah,
it right
don't
now
worry
anyways.
about that.
I would need some time to recuperate and get my prayers in
We'll
order.
get you back to Red Larch and we'll help everyone get some rest.
Aye, and
We know a great inn that you can get all the rest you need at.
excellent.
And a rad ass bakery.
Yeah.
All right. So the stage carries on.
As
You'll get
we
your long rest.
driving, I have a quick chat to Wickham's.
You can, but I'm going to say right now you'll have a long rest.
Okay.
So go ahead and have your chatty chat.
Okay. So Glenn's just gonna kind of be sitting next or standing next to Wick. And she's gonna kind of look at him and be like, hey, I have a question.
I have an answer.
So I was thinking, we all got to name the new horses, and now we have Zheri. Would you be upset if we let her name breakfast scone instead?
Oh, that's not something to be upset about. I mean, the more the merrier.
Fantastic. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't going without your consent.
And I
But I thought
appreciate
that would be nice to make them feel included.
Yeah, and even if they don't stick around, it'll be like a testament to the fact that they helped us kick ass.
Yeah. Okay. I'll
I'm all
maybe
for it.
chat to them later.
Alright.
I don't know if we want to do that now or later out of character. Maybe later.
And
She will approach with horse later.
all right. You guys make it back to the main road, and you turn towards Red Larch. And a couple hours later, you get closer to the town. Check the delegates channel for that. It's all there.
Ah,
And as you approach Red Larch, you see the boy that you'd rescued from underground, standing almost like he's waiting for you, just at the edge of town. And as soon as he sees you, he turns and he runs away.
Did we see this?
Yes. I'm not even going to make you roll for it. It's not even like hiding or anything. This is right out there in the open.
Maybe he was going to tell the town we're here? Or he's scared of us?
Did he run
Can I
into
roll
the...
insight to figure that out, maybe? If I could see if he was like worried or just be like, oh, excited, the people are back, let me go tell people.
You could roll insight.
Rad. What dice should I use? I'm gonna use this blue one.
You do that.
Alright, plus my insight, which is 18.
18. You look like he was set up to wait for you as a lookout. If he was excited to just see you, he probably would have waved and then ran off, but he was acting as a lookout.
Hmm.
But he
Foreboding.
to the
I don't know.
Pardon?
Maybe they're setting a welcome party.
town. But he ran into the town, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, some people like us in this town, but there are still some people who don't. So
Don't matter.
Well, is Saruki still with us?
No, he fucked off.
Okay.
Yeah,
To do
once we got to
Saruki
the
things.
road.
Yeah. He's not joining you in Red Larch.
Well, if something happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I'm just gonna keep going until we get to the inn, because that's where we're staying.
Okay. You arrive at the inn. There are no lights in the inn, and there is a sign on the door.
and
What does it say?
The sign says the inn is temporarily shut for a meeting at the meeting hall at the south end of town.
they didn't really wait up for us, did they?
They said we had days.
Yeah, it's been like a day.
I
Well-
don't know. I guess we should unhitch the horses and get over there.
Yeah.
All right. You unhitch the horses. The stable hand is still there. He says, "Oh, you're back. Well, we weren't expecting you back for a little while. The town's just having a little bit of an election. They're sorting that out right now as we speak. You could still catch them.
Let
I know who
out.
I voted for.
Let out, as in they've picked already.
Well, I mean, we've all voted, and they're just counting the results.
All right.
Kind of.
Well, they're voting for the mayor.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, it's not like we're really part of this town. We really wouldn't have a say in that.
Well, it's just that since the believers were taken care of, so to speak, we haven't really had a town leadership, and so we're looking on a replacement.
Cool. We're gonna go to that meeting if that's okay with you guys. I don't want to
Yeah.
push my wants
What?
and needs on y'all.
I'm not going to tell you.
I'm already
no.
walking.
Before we go, Glenn is going to be leading breakfast scone, and she's gonna wave at Zheri, kind of like she does with her strange, like, happy wave. You're like, "Hi, we were gonna call him Breakfast Scone because we were all gonna name him. But since you're part of the team, we were wondering if you wanted to name him instead." And she's gonna pat Breakfast Scone on the head and smile.
Zeri's gonna kind of look at her for a moment and just kind of cock her head, looking between you and the horse. Don't it already have a name?
Well, we were gonna call him Breakfast Scone, but we all named one horse, and he was the last one that no one got to name. So it almost makes sense that he was waiting for you to name him.
She starts to look ponderous at this, rubbing at her chin.
And out of character, I posted his description in the dice jail, if that helps with naming.
Let me take a look, see real quick.
The goodest boy.
Good boy.
Zeri looks him over and walks around just a little bit, getting a good look at his withers and up and down his feathers and hooves, and seeing how stout and strong he is, and nods to herself a few times before patting at his shoulder best she can with how short she is. Granite!
Oh, Glenn looked visibly delighted by this, but as she's still not 100% like the best people person, instead, she wraps her arms around Granite's neck and says, Granite! And then she just puts the lead rope in Zheri's hands and says, Granite again. I love it.
Zheri seems immensely pleased with herself and begins petting Granite's forelock very, very intently. Looking just immensely pleased with herself and beaming at everybody around her. Good strong name for a good strong horse.
It's perfect.
Roll me an animal handling check there, Zheri.
May I cast guidance on that?
Yes.
Yeah. And I am after that. Gonna precast it. I meant to do that, and then I got distracted by Granite. I have no regrets.
So you can add a 1d4 to your roll
Yeah,
after
sorry.
this when you roll it.
Okay.
A boners.
Doesn't really seem like I need it, but okie dokies.
Yeah, every little bit.
$19.
This horse fucking loves that name and really wants you to be happy. And it's gonna work even harder now to live up to this kick-ass name that you've given him.
No.
Aww.
Good horsey. And I find just the right spot under his chin and gives him good scritches.
You certainly do, and he loves it.
So Atlas is just wandering away towards the town hall.
Okay. I'm assuming you all do overtime.
Yeah.
August was already headed that way.
You notice for the most part, there's a few people mulling about, but pretty much everybody who's anybody that you know has closed up their shops and has gone to the town hall. You go to the south and you go around the bend a bit, and you realize the town hall isn't actually in town itself. It's about 100 meters south of town. You never...
on the map?
Nope.
Oh.
You haven't actually been to this part because you haven't really had a reason to go down the south road. And you go down a little bit further and you see what looks like this, kind of like a meeting hall. There's two buildings, one of which is lit up, the other one is off to the side. The one that's off to the side looks like it has wide doors that could probably have some sort of animal stabling there. There's picket fences around the property, and it looks like fairly large property, in fact. And you see the boy standing by the door, and as you approach, he knocks on it, still looking at you guys. And the door opens, and you see Halberg come out and says, "What is it, boy? Oh, you've come home. Come. That is not the kid you gave a shit ton of candy. That's the kid you gave a shit ton of not having rocks on top of."
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Says, and he waves. He says, "Come." And you hear him call inside, "They're back already." We weren't expecting you right away, but well, sir, come on. Well, we can handle this now too.
Honestly, we didn't want to be gone at all.
We're bringing Delicate with us,
I know.
right?
You roll me insight.
On you.
Anyone or just August?
Oh wait.
Well,
Or Wick.
Wick.
Okay.
Yep.
8.
Okay. So you get closer to it, and you can hear a voice saying, "Oh, please, please, invite them in. Invite them in. We have business that we have to discuss." They're just in time.
Do we recognize his voice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Kalissa.
I'll go inside.
And you come inside, and you can
Yeah.
see that most of the villagers you recognize are sitting in chairs, and Kalisa's at the front. She nods and she waves. She says, "You're here. Excellent. Perfect timing. We've just finished the vote for mayor. We finished the counting, and I wouldn't mind if you were here to hear it."
Are there seats?
So, yes, there are seats. A couple of people get up and they pull out seats for you all, and she says, "So
Grab a seat.
now that our friends have arrived, I can continue. First off, the vote for the mayor of Red Larch is completed, and in second place, our runner-up is ran a very strong campaign, and I'm very, very proud of her. Thank you for your continued work with us here. In second place, brain fart. One moment, please. In second place, Jalisa Ornra.
Glenn's gonna stand up and cheer, thinking this is the appropriate thing.
As you do that, others like start clapping.
Wickham's gonna stand up and cheer with her because he doesn't want her to feel alone or alienated.
They're actually cheering.
God, that's adorable.
And the winner by a very strong majority, and the official mayor of Red Larch, le champion de Red Larch Fuzz Fuzz McPurr.
Oh my god.
They start clapping.
If Glenn was cheering before.
She's probably screaming right now.
She's standing on her chair. No, she is not.
Unfortunately, due to factors beyond Le Champion's control, they are unable to make an acceptance speech, but
Is he in attendance?
no, he's busy chasing mice.
Oh, right.
A working man.
Trying to defending the town.
What a hero.
But due to the fact that Le Champion is busy doing those duties, instead, let's give a hand to our acting mayor, Jalisa Ornra.
Clap, clap,
And
clap.
everyone cheers.
Yay!
Jalisa, I believe you have the podium now, as I've done my work here. And Jalisa takes the podium. I'm glad to see that you're all here. I did not ask to be the mayor, but we are living in very difficult times, and I'm hoping I can do the job justice. I've talked to you all privately about the debt that is owed, and about our friends there in the back. And as my first duty as a mayor, it is my humble pride to be the one to discuss this with them. You have acted in the best interests of the Desserin Valley since the moment you've arrived in this town. We have sat and watched as at the slightest hint of trouble you would run out to investigate it. You have saved this town from itself, and as evil has set up encampments and fortresses, you've scaled them and you have vanquished them. And for that, Red Larch owes you a debt that it cannot repay. But we will try. As you are aware, Quincunx has ceased to have you in their employ. That means we hope that you are available to be hired by someone else. We here at Red Larch would like to hire you as the champions of the Desserin Valley. You will be given this meeting hall as a place for you to meet, as a place for you to operate. The lands on it will be yours to work as you deem fit. We feel that your work as a mercenary company would require you to have some sort of base of operations, and we at Red Larch would be happy if your company would call us home.
Glenn looks absolutely thrilled, and no one's going to be able to not see that as she looks at the rest of them like, oh my god, we have to, right? Like with a puppy dog look in her face.
I think it's a great idea.
We'll
I
have to
want
work
you
out some sort of...
continue.
Pardon?
Yes.
Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine. Just agreeing with the rest.
We'll talk about it and give you like
We're
a
happy to keep
finalized answer,
people
you know,
safe.
as a group.
Of course.
So we don't
I
owe you money.
Not a single cent. No. No. Absolutely not.
We're gonna have so many pies.
Atlas is just going to make a pleased expression in his face that he doesn't have to give up any of his money.
Is he sitting anywhere near Wickham? Because if he's sitting anywhere near Wickham, Wickham's gonna elbow him.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, he elbows
He's just
him.
going to take the elbow to the ribs and just shrug his shoulders.
I hope you don't mind that we borrowed your meeting hall for this meeting. Before you knew it was yours.
How much land around the meeting hall
It's-
is there?
It's a few acres.
Honestly, this wasn't ours until you guys announced it, so you're not borrowing it. You're using what was rightfully yours. We, you know, it feels weird to even call this ours yet, because it belongs to this town, honestly.
Well, no, it's yours. It is a part of your employment. What you do with it and how you use it in your duties is entirely up to you. We trust you to do what is best. There is a small matter, though, a small legal matter. And it is you may find it a bit inconvenient, but it is, yes, my cat is sneezing.
Tell
Or
her
coughing
we
or
love
something.
her more
Is
than
she
anything.
okay? Does she
She's
have a
okay.
hairball?
I think she has a hairball. They love you. She's too busy right now to really acknowledge that. So she says there is a matter of legality though that does need to be covered, and once we adjourn this meeting, I'll have to leave you to it. We're gonna need the name of your mercenary company on the contract.
Oh my god, we have to come up with a team name.
Oh
We'll
boy.
we'll discuss this later, though. I think with that, this meeting is adjourned, and I have to go pet the new mayor of this town. And with that, people start to file out. They walk past you. They shake hands. A couple of them say thank you very much.
Oh,
Thank
Lita.
you.
I just needed to be noted, out of character, that Pierce has had the hots for Jaleesa ever since she was first introduced, covered in blood.
The butchers.
I do apologize. I had Jalessa and Galita mixed up.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of
And
names.
I thought it was poetically like done, like making her the mayor. Like, oh, we can't touch her now.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's.
I realized as I went to
Okay, I like
the
Jalissa.
Red Large group,
Okay.
I was like, ooh, it's the butcher. Yes. I
I
love
just
her.
went in. Yeah.
It's
Okay,
it's
it's
the
Galita
butcher
who's
mayor.
the spy. I'm sorry.
The mayor of
Okay.
meat.
I like her.
May
I mean, she
ask
still
you
might be
questions
evil. Who
before?
knows? But I like her. So
All right.
May I ask some questions about our new potential house? Home? Is it a
Sure.
house?
It's a
are we
meeting
living
hall.
here?
Does it have
So is there-
I
stables?
mean, there's stables. There's
Okay.
there's rooms that you guys can do whatever the fuck you want with.
Okay, so we do have somewhere.
Everyone
yeah.
gets their own room.
Yes, plus extras.
No one wants to share with Atlas. They'll be nude.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody has to deal with Atlas being naked.
Is there fenced-in fields for the horses?
Yes.
Yes. Are the stables fully stocked, or do we have to prepare them?
That is a question for later. We can discuss that.
Will the
the exact
horses have
details.
snacks when they go into their rooms at first? Because that's important to everyone.
Hay can be arranged, no problem.
All right.
As long as
Alright.
as long as Wickham gets a room that has a window facing the sun, so when the sun comes up in the
Aw.
morning, he gets beautiful sun rays for his morning person
Morning
ass.
workout.
Yeah.
Is there a furniture store in town? Is that what happens? I guess we go to a carpenter? Oh my god, this is so exciting.
I love how DMs come up with these amazing stories and narrative, and we're just excited about the horses in our own room.
Look, everyone counts their win in their own way. All right. Yeah, so you guys get a base. There's quite a few rooms.
Hell yeah.
There's also rooms for guests, for a retinue, possibly.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
suggest
what?
Wickham is gonna go through any rooms that they deem guest rooms and start like putting food in there.
Yep.
Just stockpiling food in the guest
There's-
rooms.
There's
Such a way of
already
being.
Like
there's
snacks
already
and shit.
provisions there. I'll discuss the mechanics for what you can do the place because it does include an income,
Ooh.
but it
Ooh.
depends on what you want to do with the land, and you guys can have some time to figure that out. You guys definitely don't need to answer that right now. But
Yeah, let's create a shrine to Sin in some place.
absolutely, this is your sandbox, baby.
Sweet.
In fact, I might even let the job of designing the floor plans up to you guys.
Oh yeah, I'm already opening The Sims.
I don't think you understand how much I love drawing floor
Drools in The
plans.
Sims.
Listen, I have drawn apartment floor plans and home floor plans for almost every fanfiction I've written. I am on this.
I just bought the new pack I didn't need. Fuck it, let's go. And let me find this one spell that I have, because I know it will be of interest. Beep boop bop.
But really, the name is the important thing, isn't it?
I think I
I
have a
will-
name.
Ignoring that.
I think I have a name.
Oh.
For the building or for us?
For us.
I mean, you could name the building too, in fact.
The building is named
Sweet.
George.
Do we need to come up with like a name, like
Don't tempt
soon,
Sona.
like before the episode ends, or can we like talk about it after session?
That's up to you guys.
I'm fine with hashing it out, trying to figure it out now if you guys want.
Okay, if you want to do it on call, that's fine.
I did try to combine the first. This is very D&D, I think, of taking the first letter of everybody's name and then making a word up with it.
Wagga?
Nailed it.
Awooga?
A Wagga?
Zaga. Well, there's no W.
Zagawa?
I see how it is.
Zagasa.
It got so ash.
Zagasa?
Yeah.
That's a little too complicated for my brain.
There's no W.
Oh yeah, my bad. You. Oh my god. The.
In fact, I'm not sure where'd the S come from. Whose name starts with S?
Zheri.
Oh, no, Zheri's
No,
Zheri's
Z.
a Z.
I was about to say, in fact, the S is actually not a good thing.
Yeah, the one person that
What a nice girl, Zaga Zaga.
Zagawa.
Zagawa.
Cult Slayers Incorporated.
You know, we should call ourselves Cult. Cult.
Cult with a K.
Cult with a K.
The whole name is Cult with a K.
Gazette.
Cult Mercenary Troop.
You're the fucking saint.
We're the cult mercs. There you go. We're the cult mercs.
Well, your
We're all
days of
gonna
being
need a lot bigger butts.
Wow, you guys were taken seriously as a mercenary company for less than a day.
Yep.
Ashians really tickled me in a way I didn't expect. Oh, god damn. Okay. Don't bring it back, I'll keep laughing.
Oh my god.
Do you want me to be productive or not?
It's not my job.
Gonna sit in silence for a while.
I'm looking some stuff up.
Okay.
Zagwa.
Well, I think we should have the horses called to their new homes and put out in their stables
Yeah.
Very important.
so they can get used to their houses. Yay!
All right.
We could be called the Fifth Element.
Oh.
Oh!
I actually don't hate that, but that's just funny. It's callback already.
That's us embracing
Someone-
Saruki's idea.
What if we just... Oh, no, that's stupid. I'm not gonna say that.
Oh no,
Stupider.
we have
Maybe-
so many horses' names.
Stupider than Kardashians?
Yeah, like the book's already set
I
pretty
dare
damn low
you.
there. I gotta see this.
Yeah, now you gotta.
Yeah.
Look,
Y-
look, my other group, our name, because the first thing we did in session was make ice cream. To go on a quest to make ice cream, specifically. Our name is the Vanilla Wayfarers. You know, you can't...
Lulu Company. Multipass. It's a multipass. Merch. Multi-class. Multi-class.
Am I the only one that could say that though?
I mean, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a simple
Yeah.
person.
I challenge myself. I'm sorry.
I'm still trying to play through, like, basic classes before I multi-class stuff.
Oh yeah.
Well, while you guys are marinating on the name thing, there is a knock at the front door.
I'll get it, I guess.
Go ahead.
I'll open the door. Hello.
You see a dwarf male there, Bruldenthar.
Oh, what? Hello.
Hi.
You come in.
Thank you. So, you rescued Sona.
It does appear to be that way.
She's sleeping it off at the inn.
Good. I'm glad to hear that she can get some much needed rest.
Yeah. Is Zheri here?
Let me go find her because we're all trying to get it adjusted in here.
I apologize if you're busy.
We're just trying to come up with silly names. Now I'll kind of shout out, "Hey Zheri, you have a guest."
And there's a distant pitter patter until it grows louder and faster, and Zheri comes running and skidding in and looks around and goes, "Oh, hey, what's up?"
It's like I'd heard you'd managed to survive.
Well, of
Just so
course.
good. Oh, you're unharmed.
Naturally, and she pats herself on the chest and shows off how beautifully unharmed she is.
I'm pleased to hear it. And so these are the people that we were supposed to meet with.
Kinda.
Well,
Quick. The house is already furnished, right?
it's got some furnishings, yeah. Lots of chairs.
I'll offer him a seat so we can have this conversation.
Just a sack of flour. Everyone's sitting on.
Yeah. So do you think Quincunx will be understanding if we don't head out right away?
They stopped paying for us to be here, so
Yeah, well,
Your well-being is still a factor, so I say rest as long as you need it, and then you can make your way out.
well, it's more that I don't feel comfortable leaving Red Larch until we know the fates of the others.
Well, that too.
We came here as a group. We need to leave it as a group.
Out of character, are we all here?
Yeah, if you want to be.
Wickham is not. Wickham is currently going through each room and making sure everything is good.
Okay. Glenn's gonna be there. Just to state it out.
August is here, but he's kind of off to the side. He doesn't. This isn't his conversation.
Atlas is nosy. And he's still confused about what Zheri means to the delegation and how Zheri came to appear.
Well, she's one of us.
You're part of the delegation.
Yeah, she was our scout.
So,
See.
what exactly happened? I mean, I know you were kidnapped and all that, but how did they do it?
Well, Zheri's a damn good scout. And so, what I'm about to say, no impugning of your skills. In fact, dare I say, it's actually glad that things turned out the way they did. For your sake. We'd heard rumors that there were some air cultists that were threatening to ambush us down the highway. So we sent Zheri forward to kind of get a look-see while we were getting ready to leave town. And Zheri, very thorough, did an excellent job. But as we were following up behind, the earth itself trapped us. Walls came up. The strange earth cultists came out, throwing everything they had at us. Most of us didn't make it. The ones that did were captured, and well, one of us got kidnapped again by the air cultists. They're treating us like chattel, fighting over us like dogs. Like we were.
Sorry we weren't there to help you sooner.
Well, it's not your fault.
Still, it's hard knowing that you were out there suffering and we were scrambling around trying to find you.
How many do you believe made it out alive?
Well, besides me and Desena, I only know of 2 other survivors offhand. There may be others.
What of the elf that was with your party? That was meant to be delivering seeds?
No idea. I told you this before. No idea. That's actually not why I came to talk to you. I feel some honesty is in order. Seeing as you don't represent Quincunx anymore, I'm under no obligation to treat you as a separate entity to negotiate with. We're not here to discuss Bludgeon Ball with the university. We never were.
Is your true intention the reason why the cult targeted you?
Well, first off, I want to say that I am a historian, and I do have an interest personally in Bludgeon Ball. As does Sena. That's why we were chosen. But that's not our expertise. We are experts at the place of our Dell's origin. Darrovale originally came from a city named Tiar Basil. It is, or was, one of the largest dwarven cities ever made, according to the snippets of information that we had. It was prosperous, and it was great. And it delved deep, and it made the one mistake you never do as a dwarf. You never go too deep. Now, we don't know what they found when they went too deep, but we know that the city succumbed to madness. Clan turned against clan, and it was a bloodbath. Very few people escaped. Those who did went east and went to settle many dwarven settlements, Darrovale being the closest one. We have reason to believe that Tiar Basil is somewhere between Darrovale and Quincunx. And by dealing with Quincunx, that would give us access to the possible sites of dwarven ruins. And we may possibly find Tiar Basil and uncover what happened and learn about our own history.
Why would you lie about it? Doesn't seem like something you need to lie about.
Well, it's not a matter of whether we would lie about it, it's a matter of whether Quincunx would give a shit.
What do you mean?
Well,
Wouldn't they care about learning about an ancient city?
well, Quincunx is a university of adventurecraft, not a university of history. We've had historians try before, and Quincunx just was not interested. So we decided to pique their interest with something that they wanted. So we talked to someone from, I believe you call them the Bones. We dangled a carrot, and they nibbled. We had our way in.
Are you going to come
Clever.
to everyone about this or just us?
Well, it's up to you to decide what you want to do with the information. I honestly don't care if you tell Quincunx at this point or not. We weren't expecting anything like this.
You should ask Dad.
Who's
Which
your dad?
father?
The only responsible adult that I know, and she kind of laughs, is Alcazar? No.
You're saying that out of character. I was about to say August does not actually refer to Alcazar as dad.
Well, yeah, but then it got taken, so I kind of had to spin it.
I mean, let's be real. Glenn would just like assume that he's a father figure, so she's gonna call him dad, even though
I
no
was
one else
worried he was
has
gonna go with that.
suggested it.
Is Glenn
Because
calling
of the-
random
Just
old
didn't know
men
if-
dad just a thing that's gonna happen now?
Maybe.
I
She's
do.
not
She's doing her best. She's got a lot of things to think about right now.
So now
So yeah,
that
we
this
would,
has happened,
you know,
is your end goal still the same? Once
well,
you
no,
locate who else is alive.
well, that's a matter of priorities, isn't it? I don't know if our end goal is going to remain the same. Right now, we have other things to worry about, and doing our best to help you do that. That's just the right thing to do.
Well, I guess thank you for being honest with us. It is nice to at least feel in on the loop. And we'll talk about what we'll do with everyone, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I wish you luck. I'm about to grab some shut-eye myself.
Well, if you need, I think we've probably got a spare room here you can use.
That would be great.
I'm not really sure where, to be honest. We've just kind of moved in.
Sure, Wick has one ready.
But
Well,
yeah, I heard that snacks were being put in rooms, so I think it'll be okay.
I'm a bit peckish. Very well. I'll certainly take the bounty of your hospitality. That's the least I can do.
If you need anything, someone will be around probably. A few of us don't sleep.
So some time passes.
Them because they're elves, me because I have panic attacks.
So some time
So-
passes. Quite a bit of time, in fact.
How much time?
Days.
Like enough days, like so if
Did
it's a
Dad
day,
ever bring back?
could Glenn have cast plant growth over 8 hours?
Yeah, definitely.
Fuck yeah. So anything that's planted in our field now is extra bountiful. So we
So-
got all the snacks.
So Glenn is engaging in agriculture, and about 2 days later, there's another knock at the front door.
Glenn's engaging
Well,
in
let's not everyone jump up at once.
Glenn's agriculture.
August will get the door.
As you open the door, you see Ardent with
Oh, you're back.
a retinue of four men, and there's a cart. He says, I'm told I'm to meet you here."
Got some new base of operation.
I see that. As he says, "Well, I've got some news for you. I'm officially retired from duty. I'm no longer a monitor.
Is that by choice or by order?
By choice. It's I just didn't feel that I was up to the task." And at this point, you hear another voice say, "Oh boy, you're not retired. You're just a part of a different retinue now." And you see a wheelchair kind of float out of the back of the covered wagon, and then slowly land as he turns and starts wheeling towards the front. Atlas, you're all right. I want to
He's gonna look up from
apologize.
where. He's
Or
gonna
sorry,
look up from where he.
August.
I was about to say. I was like,
Yeah.
Atlas.
August, you're all right. I'm sorry. I failed you.
No. We did what we had to.
I promised you I would get you that cure. I did not.
And we're already working on it. This was my own choice, and just wanted to make sure Ardent was safe. And we, like I said, we actually met a cleric that actually might be able to help me.
That's reassuring. So, I have decided to move myself here.
Is that Ardent or Dad?
Alcazar.
Oh, okay. That take you away from other duties?
That's the beautiful thing about being in retirement. I get to decide what my duty is. And Ardent here has been transferred under my authority. And
I see.
I'm to believe that you're in a mercenary company now. Is that true?
Something like that. We kind of got hired on the spot as of when we came back. Since we're no longer, doing stuff for Quincunx.
Right. Well, I have some news for you. There's going to be a delegation from Quincunx coming here. It's been decided. It's been decided that rather than take the dwarves to the school, that a few select negotiators should come here due to the present problems. Ones I personally trust. That's how it's going to look on paper, that they are here to engage in negotiations. However, off the record, I want to ask you, do you have need of an ex-professor and dean of enchantment and former monitor?
Of course. Your help is always welcome.
Very good. Now, if you would like to remind me, August, what is your rank within the monitors?
Amber doesn't know.
It's corporal. She just graduated.
Okay. Just graduated, so corporal.
Right. And that would mean that Ardent here is a sergeant. Under that, Ardent outranks you within the arbiters, within the monitors. That will not do. You are part owner of a mercenary company. That puts you at about the equivalent rank of a captain. A captain can command a sergeant. Very well. My men will act as a retinue under your command, Captain August. If that
Oh.
meets with your approval.
Uh, whatever, whatever you need me to do.
Well, it's not about what we need you to do.
Totally not having an internal panic attack at all.
He just says, you're not taking orders from me. You didn't get this far by taking orders. And we're not going to defeat this cult by you taking orders. I'm here to help you as best I can so that you're not alone. And you have some other help coming. Things are going to get worse before they get better. And at that moment, suddenly, everyone you get everything blacks out. And you suddenly get a massive headache.
My burritos!
I'm sorry.
You see
My eyes.
vision. You see a vision before you just flash of a brown-skinned old tiefling holding his hands over what appears to be a complex-looking orb filled with earth energies. A look of determined hatred upon his face. You see another flash. And you see a very familiar winged elf doing the same to a wind-wrought orb. Yet another flash. And you see what appears to be a crimson-metalled warforged with a glowing red heart ministrating over a fire orb. And another flash, and you see a man, barnacles across half his face, and the claw of a crab investing water energy into an orb. Then you see visions of land scorched dry. You see visions of a flood that never goes away. Visions of cracks across the earth. Visions of a hurricane carrying everything away. Then you see visions of all these dooms coming to Red Larch. And then everything goes black. And then you see a red eye, a giant red eye open. I see you. I know where you are. Entertain me until you perish. Then everything goes black. And then you open your eyes. And you're right back where you were standing.
Oh, I want to look him in his eye.
And that is where we are going to pause for the evening.
My burritos are on the floor.
Pickle.
Alright, I'm gonna stop the recording in 3, 2, 1.